Hey cinephiles. As the holidays approach and our Google calendars start filling up, we need all the help we can get to separate the cinematic wheat from the chaff. And so I have curated a list of 10 movies to watch in November 2022. While a couple of these are recommendations for films that I have already seen, most are movies that I am personally anticipating this month based on the director, cast, premise, trailer, etc. Also, while this list is based on release dates in the United States, it should still serve any cinephile as a selection of movies to look out for. Stick around after my countdown for a rundown of other movies releasing in November, in addition to what the Cineflix community voted as the movie they're most excited to see this month. Quick curator's note, Netflix's 4 big upcoming releases, Bardo, Glass Onion, A Knives Out mystery, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, and White Noise all see limited theatrical releases in November, but I'm going to include them in December's video when they officially hit streaming, which is when most of us will be able to see them. Without further ado, let's start the countdown. Number 10. She Said. New York Times reporters Megan Twohey and Jodi Kantor break one of the most important stories in a generation, which helped launch the Me Too movement and shattered decades of silence around the subject of sexual assault in Hollywood. Carey Mulligan and Zoe Kazan star as the Pulitzer Prize-winning journalists who helped to expose Harvey Weinstein. While it surely won't make for a fun night at the movies, I'm eager to see what could very well be this year's spotlight, an important story brought to life with believable performances. She Said premiered at the New York Film Festival last month to mostly positive reviews. Universal Pictures releases the film into theaters on November 18th. Number 9. The Menu. A young couple travels to a remote island to eat at an exclusive restaurant where the chef has prepared a lavish menu with some shocking surprises. As both a horror hound and a foodie, this one sounds especially appetizing. Besides, I'm always down for a main course of Anya Taylor-Joy and Nicholas Hoult, with Ralph Fiennes making another sinister turn for dessert. The Menu is the latest film from Mark Mylod, whose work on Game of Thrones and Succession has given us some of the best episodes of television in recent years. Searchlight Pictures serves up The Menu in theaters on November 18th.
Put it in.
Number 8. Weird, the Al Yankovic story. This explores every facet of Yankovic's life, from his meteoric rise to fame, with early hits like Eat It and Like a Surgeon, to his torrid celebrity love affairs and famously depraved lifestyle. Keeping with Weird Al's brand, this film is itself a parody of the musical biopic, mythologizing his origins, exaggerating his success, and even inventing celebrity gossip. This project actually originated over a decade ago as a fake trailer on Funny or Die, directed by Eric Apple, who has been working in TV ever since. He has now realized that sketch into this feature-length adaptation, which he co-wrote alongside Yankovic himself. Daniel Radcliffe, who has admirably charted his post-Potter career with one interesting project after another, stars in this absurdist, hilarious, and cameo-filled send-up. As a lifelong Weird Al stan, this was essential viewing that I would recommend to fans and curious newcomers alike. Weird, the Al Yankovic story is available now on the Roku channel, where you can even watch it free with ads.
I'm the weird one! I am the weird one!
Number 7. Something in the Dirt. When neighbors John and Levi witness supernatural events in their LA apartment building, they realize documenting the phenomenon could inject some fame and fortune into their wasted lives. I saw this back at this year's Sundance, where it cracked my list of 10 movies to look out for, and have been eagerly awaiting its release ever since. This marks the 5th feature from Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead, a writing, directing, acting, editing, cinematography, and producing duo that over the last decade have become the patron saints of DIY genre filmmaking. I count this as one of their strongest efforts to date, a hilarious and intoxicating chronicle of the scientific method, documentary filmmaking, and conspiracy theories galore that would make a great double bill with Jordan Peele's Nope. Something in the Dirt is currently playing in select theaters before XYZ brings it to VOD on November 22nd. Number 6. The Wonder. Nurse Liv Wright is sent to a rural village in 1862 Ireland, where she is tasked with observing a young girl who has not eaten for months. That curious premise comes from the 2016 novel of the same name by Emma Donoghue, the author and screenwriter of Room, who has once again adapted her own book. My beloved Florence Pugh, who has emerged from the smoldering PR disaster that was Don't Worry Darling, stars. While she's reason enough to see this, Sebastian Lelio, director of Gloria, A Fantastic Woman, and Disobedience, seals the deal. The Wonder is currently playing in select theaters before hitting Netflix on November 16th.
Excuse me. Anyone can be chosen.
Number 5. EO. Inspired by Robert Bresson's seminal classic Ahazard Balthazar, this follows a donkey born in a Polish circus that encounters people both good and bad, experiences joy and pain as we explore modern Europe through his eyes. EO is the latest film from celebrated Polish filmmaker Jerzy Skolimowski, director of The Departure and Deep End. This marks his first film in 7 years and his fourth film of the last 3 decades. This looks to be a visually striking and existential exercise, which I'm always ready to saddle up for. It premiered at Cannes back in May, where it won the jury prize alongside The Eight Mountains, and is Poland's official submission for the 2023 Oscars. EO kicks its way into select theaters when Janus Films opens the gate on November 18th, which also means a Criterion release is inevitable. Number 4. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. The people of Wakanda fight to protect their home from intervening world powers as they mourn the death of King T'Challa. The tragic passing of the great Chadwick Boseman, the star and title character of 2018's Black Panther, created much uncertainty for the future of this corner of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. My anticipation, curiosity, and hopes are twofold. First, that writer-director Ryan Coogler and his ensemble cast of Letitia Wright, Angela Bassett, Lupita Nyong'o, Danai Gurira, and Winston Duke can properly mourn their king before charting the best path forward. Secondly, that Marvel Studios can end their very uneven Phase 4 on a high note when Disney releases the film into theaters on November 11th. Number 3. All the Beauty and the Bloodshed. Following the life of artist Nan Goldin and the downfall of the Sackler family, the pharmaceutical dynasty who was greatly responsible for the opioid epidemic's unfathomable death toll. This is the latest documentary from Laura Poitras, director of the Oscar-winning Citizen 4. If you've seen that film, you know this is likely to ruffle feathers, open eyes, and make a considerable splash. Perhaps the biggest feather in its cap so far is becoming the surprise winner of this year's Golden Lion, the top prize at the Venice Film Festival. If you, like me, are a documentary devotee, this is an awards season frontrunner that cannot be overlooked. Neon releases All the Beauty and the Bloodshed in select theaters on November 23rd. Number 2. Bones and All. A young woman learns how to survive on the margins of society in this self-described coming-of-age romantic cannibal road film, which I'm told is Armie Hammer's favorite subgenre. Starring the hot, young-blooded likes of Taylor Russell and Timothée Chalamet, and reuniting the latter with his Call Me By Your Name director, Luca Guadagnino. If that was Maestro LG's last film, this would have already been high on my list, but since he remade Suspiria in the interim, which I consider to be one of the best horror films of the 2010s, I am champing and chomping at the bit to see what he does next in my favorite genre. MGM and United Artists Releasing starts peeling off the skin in theaters on November 18th. Number 1. The Fabelmans. Growing up in post-World War II era Arizona, a young man discovers a shattering family secret and explores how the power of films can help him see the truth. In the years since Alfonso Cuarón's masterpiece Roma, we've seen several filmmakers follow suit with their own autobiographical reflections. Steven Spielberg has now thrown his hat in the ring in what looks to be the most personal film of his career. Gabriel Labelle stars as the young would-be Steven, with Michelle Williams and Paul Dano playing his parents. The Fabelmans premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival in September, where it won the People's Choice Award, which is often an indicator of a Best Picture contender. Universal Pictures releases The Fabelmans in New York and LA on November 11th, before a nationwide release on November 23rd.
What was your favorite part?
And those are my picks for 10 movies to check out in November 2022. Other November releases include Causeway, A Christmas Story Christmas, Devotion, Disenchanted, Enola Holmes 2, The Inspection, Meet Me in the Bathroom, My Father's Dragon, Nanny, Slumberland, Strange World, and You Resemble Me. Over on the Cinefla Community tab, I asked what movie are you most excited to see in November, and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever destroyed the other options with 52% of the vote. Which of these movies are you most excited for? Are there any movies in November that I left out? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you down there. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to Cineflect for video essays, film lists, and more.
I got this!
And click that bell next to the subscribe button if you'd like to be notified anytime I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. For Cineflect, I'm JS Lewis. Until next time, watch something good.